and witness how the city of Canton runs its business, and we wouldn't be able to do this without you. I hope with this administration, you know that we're all inclusive. I know people use the term transparent very loosely, but not in this administration. We're going to be transparent and as inclusive as possible as we go forward, because without you, there would not be a city of Canton. So for what you do, I won't say this bud is for you, but this thank you is for you, and give yourselves a round of applause. So we got a couple things going on today that's not on the agenda. We're going to acknowledge 3 of our future academic stars as we go forward, and I hope we got their names because I don't. But as we get to that point, we'll just get all 3 of them to come up and get them recognized for what they're doing and how creative they're being with all of this technology. Although we're not Canton Public Schools, but we're in the city of Canton. So I think with everything they do over there, we should get it to do the same thing here and get them acknowledged. So with that being said, it is now 4:30 and this meeting is now in session. We're going to start with an invocation. I'm going to ask Pastor Darlene Davis if she would come and give us a prayer.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Let us pray. Oh God, we come at this moment in time this evening. Oh God, first of all, I just want to give you reverence, adoration, thanksgiving, and praise. Thank you for just being who you are. Oh God, we thank you for bringing us to this point, and again, we thank you for watching over us and protecting us. We pray and ask that you would be with us in this meeting. Oh God, we pray that everything will be done decent and in order. Oh God, we lift up the 3 youth from Nichols Middle School who will be honored today at this meeting. Oh God, we ask you to continue to guide their footsteps. We pray for their parents as well. Oh God, we lift up our mayor, the board of aldermen, and everyone who is here in this room, oh God. We just thank you for this day. This is our prayer. In your son Jesus' name we do pray, amen.
Amen. And before we take our seats, I just want to ask for a moment of silence for a former educator and a pioneer of the civil rights movement, the educator Ms. Bernice Kane, and of course the Reverend Jesse Jackson. Thank you all. Now that the next item on our agenda, roll call, Alderman Rodriguez Brown. Present. Alderwoman Dr. Shannon Whitehead. Present. Alderman Les King. Alderman Les King. Present. Alderwoman Cynthia Allen. Alderwoman Cynthia. Present. Alderwoman Janice Diamond. Present. Alderwoman Monica Gilkey. Alderwoman Monica. Mayor Pro Tem Alderman Lafayette Wells. Present. All right, next up is public comments. Mr. Kevin Strauss. He's not here. Okay. So at this point, we're going to call our 3 all-stars up from Canton Public Schools and let you all get a good look at them and get them acknowledged at this point. And when they come, they'll introduce themselves to you.
Delore Miles. Lanai Henderson. And Tristan Brown.
So I think this is a photo opportunity, and I get to stand and hug them and maybe some of all this knowledge will rub off on me. All right, how y'all want to do this?
All right.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right.
That's right, Tristan. That's right.
I tell you what, so hopefully some of this ooze off in there.
Not a great.
Yes, indeed. I'm sorry. You got this for the children. This is for the children. We're gonna get that.
And Mayor, we would just like everyone to know that these students were the winners of the app challenge afforded to them by Congressman Benny Thompson, and these students will be traveling to Washington, D.C. to represent our city and their school.
Where's the principal who's gonna buzz? Come on, kid, come on. Where's he go? You don't hear what this is. Real quick, tell them what you did, what you're doing, and why you're being acknowledged today. Either one of them.
So our app is called Mental Emoji. I am and I am. This is Joel Miles and this is Patricia Brown. We work together with counselor women from Chugulu College, Go Lou, and we work very hard for 2 days to create our app called Mental Emoji for mental health. For anyone that's struggling with mental health, for anyone that wants to know more about it, you can go on the app once it's posted.
Look, when we hear all this negative news about the city of Canton, now we can point in a different direction and say we're better than what they say we are. And people are doing what they're doing, and so many of them can be out there doing nothing, but these 3 young people chose to do something. And we don't have to look no further than them and say thank you very much. And I would like to say to WLBT, WJTV, and WAPT, where are you now? Where are you now? Don't get me started. All right, is Kevin Charleston starting? He's not. He's on the phone. Miss Ernestine Watts. Miss Ernestine Watts. Here. Miss Nancy Page. Miss Nancy. Okay. I don't know. According to the attorney, we may want to. Okay, okay. Good evening.
I'm here today questioning the protocol for buying burial plots in the city of Canton at the Alicia Burke Cemetery. In November, I inquired about buying cemetery plots around my child who's currently buried there. And during that process, we went out and I met with Mr. Fleming. We went out and we looked at burial plots. And as we began to talk about the burial plots, we started to look at them and the measurements of the burial plots and realized that the burial plots are off. They're not where they should be. The measurements were all wrong. So I wanted to buy the grave from the left of Quincy, 2 to the upper left of Quincy, and 2 to the upper right of Quincy. Well, in that area, the one to the left of Quincy was too small because the person to the left of him, either he's in the wrong spot or they're in the wrong spot. But they're too close up that vacancy. We discovered that out there through doing the measurements. The one to the right of him was already sold. So we moved upward to the left and upper part of his grave. Up there to the left of him, I bought 2 burial plots. Then there's a lady that separates them. And on the side of there, the measurements are off for the other 2 that I wanted to buy. spot. But there's only enough room for two, and I learned that because I was standing out there with Mr. Fleming. And when Mr. Fleming realized that the measurements were off, he called Mr. Gary. And he said to Mr. Gary, we have a fuller right here, we need to get this straight down. So we know it's not offensive to me because that's what it was. He called a spade. So we stood there, we talked about that, and they measured from one end to the other one, and they realized that the people that were hired to section off the grades had made a mistake and had not put the markers where they should be. So my thing is that I and my husband have purchased 5 burial plots that we want to be placed around our child with our other children. But up in the upper right from Quincy, where the 3 should be, the lady who's there, her headstone is not where it should be previously, where her grave was, but it's been covered over in dirt to make an allotment for those 3 graves. I don't need these shenanigans when it comes time, you know. When my baby was being buried, Pastor Philip talked about us seeing Quincy again one day. And on that, you know, when I was a child going to church, the older people talked about their great getting up honoring. Well, when that time comes, I want to see Quincy, and I don't want to be standing across the cemetery. I want to be right there where he is. And I don't want any problems in the future when somebody is buried in that spot and they know that spot is not available. When I came here and I inquired about it, they did not mark those graves as useless. So those graves are currently still for sale. And they shouldn't be because the spot is not available. I don't want to be before you all, suing you all or asking you to move somebody. Because what I paid for is what I want. When I did that in November, I came back up here. I filled out all the paperwork. We paid for the burial plots. I waited from November up until a week before last for the deeds to the burial plot. Well, I was told that they may have got lost in the mail. So when I came up here, I called and I talked to Ludrina, and she explained to me that she didn't know what was going on with it. So when I came up, I was given the deeds to the burial plots. And the deeds are a sheet of typing paper, which is a copy. I don't know how the city of Canton does it, but I've never saw a deed that didn't have a notary on it. It gives you legal rights to it. It's just a sheet of typing paper, and I have them here so that I can show you a copy of what they look like. Is this the protocol that the city of Canton does when you buy a burial plot? Because there's no notary. You know, you have it here where it should be. There's no notary or anything. This is a sheet of typing paper. I have a piece of paper between it to make it flexible. Then this is a receipt for where I bought it. But I'm not understanding what the protocol is, and I want to make sure that that grave to the left of Quincy is marked off. It's not for sale because he's too close to the other lady. There's not enough room. And I don't want him being disturbed. I understand that he's deceased, but he's still mine. The grave up above that, to the right, where there should be 3, there are only 2. If you try to squeeze people in there and you sell one of those graves, I may go before that time, but I know that there should only be 2 there. And for whichever one of my children, myself or my husband, whichever one of us is supposed to be there, I want us there. So I need for you all to explain to me why this has been rectified. And I know for some of you, this is your first time hearing about it, because it seems to be a lack of communication when there is a fuck up, because that's exactly what it is.
Okay, I tell you what, I was supposed to give you 3 minutes, and I know we're approaching that now. So what I'm gonna do is, what's a good time for you? I'll schedule a meeting with the people involved in the cemetery, and we'll get everything straightened out that way.
Sit me down again.
I'm sorry?
Sit me down again.
Well, no.
When would you like to meet with me?
What's good for you, and I'll make the time available.
Doesn't matter to me, I just want this straightened.
Okay. What does Thursday look like for you?
Thursday at what time?
9 o'clock?
No, I'm not available. Let's do Thursday after lunch. Is that okay?
We can do that.
1 o'clock?
And we'll get all this straightened out at that particular point, because with the people who are actually involved in this, they need to be here to explain what may have happened, where the mishaps may be, and we can get it straightened out that way.
I'm gonna accept that today.
Okay.
Because, we've had ample time to have those people here. I'm gonna accept that today, and we're going to move forward from there.
Okay.
And I do want you all to understand that I am a grieving mother, and I'll be willing to go as far as this takes, because when that time comes, I will be looking at Quincy, and he won't be come across the line.
Well, at this time, when we get together, you won't have a 3-minute deal. You'll get long enough time to explain your assignment, and they'll be able to explain everything, what happened, and how we're gonna get it fixed.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Ms. Payne.
Mayor,
You may.
is this something that the company that we hired may need to come help with and make sure, Mr. Nance?
Yes.
I was trying to understand, you were saying it's a section where it's 3, they got it for 3, but it's only 2 can go there?
What happened was, because the measurements were off, when they buried the people, they're not where they should be. And it should be 3 graves, but there's only enough room for 2. So the measurements are off. You cannot put 3 graves there. So what you need to do is void out one of those graves. It's not sellable, it doesn't exist.
I got you.
And the
That's what
same
I was trying to
thing,
understand.
and the same thing applies to the one to the left of them. The space is not there. And they've already marked off all the graves behind those 2 rows.
Okay.
And I'm assuming that those measurements are correct. But I just want to know for sure that we settle this and that I have those spots that I paid for when it's time.
Gotcha. I just want, okay, do we need that the company, I think Alderman Williams?
I think there's also the name out.
Yes.
I think they corrected that, to my knowledge, because I've questioned that several times. And they told me that the gentleman, we had those curves put out there.
Yeah.
They said there were some pins that were moved to the wrong place, but since then, that guy, the company that did the original pin is supposed to, came back to the cemetery.
Are we sure they need?
I'm sure, because Ms. Davis, I questioned Ms. Davis, she's standing right back there, and she said that he has corrected that.
Well, according to Ms. Payne,
That's incorrect.
yeah,
I've been out
that
there.
didn't happen, so.
But I believe this was after the fact.
Okay.
Ms. Davis-
No, it was just since last year because I've been out there. And those pins have not been moved where Quincy is. The next row where they're fixing to get ready to do a new one, yes, it's been corrected there. That has not been corrected. You can't move the pins are in the concrete.
Yeah.
So those pins that are there are still there.
Right. But the gentleman that
He may be
marked-
doing it correctly on
Yeah.
the next row.
Yeah, that he marked it in the cemetery, so it's came out, Ms. Davis can speak to that, because I questioned him several times, even before we turned the plots loose for them to.
Mr. Wells, what I would
start selling.
suggest that you do is go out there and look yourself. Because I've been out there and I'm out there often.
I'm not disputing.
I understand that, and again, I say, y'all notice,
Yes.
those graves need to be there.
Yeah.
I don't need any excuses about whether they're there or not, or whether that space is available for those graves that are not, fit to be buried in, and make this thing right.
Right.
So that's why I asked Ms. Payne to come back.
Yeah.
So we-
But that's all I was
Yeah.
trying to understand, do we need to get the company?
Yeah.
But,
I'm in agreement with you. I think the company that actually
yeah, so they can
marked the
explain,
plots
Yeah.
should be the one, because
we don't know what they do
Well,
with
that,
that.
again, let me go back to the previous statement. This is why I'm gonna call Mr. Garrett, Mr. Fleming, Ms. Davis into the meeting on Thursday. We'll sit with Ms. Payne, and if we have to get the company on the phone, we will do that. She didn't have enough time today, because what threw us off was Monday was a holiday, so therefore we couldn't have the work session. So this is the reason I'm asking the board's permission to meet with Ms. Page, where she said Thursday, 1 o'clock, we'll sit down, and whatever we need to correct, we'll correct it at that particular time, and get the company on the phone, so we all can have a better understanding of which direction we need to go.
Am I free to?
You're free.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Ms. Davis.
Okay. All right, moving along, Roman number 2, approval of the bid,
Mr. Beasley, Stan Beasley.
Stanley, oh, I'm sorry. I saw that in the speech.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Beasley.
I saw that there was approval on the agenda for a grant that we received. There has to be some corrections. I want to give you all, this is just an update, kind of, on where we are. It's kind of committed to writing so y'all can read it later at your leisure. This kind of update what we got, what's happening at the housing authority.
Okay.
So I'll go over very briefly, because I've only 3 minutes. I'll talk fast. And some of it's going to include what's on your, to be voted on today. So this is executive summary for RAD, dated February 17th. The financial planning status, we have until June to get our financial plan in. So we're working on that right now as we speak. The problem is we're gonna have, the big problem is the tenant relocation. That's gonna be the biggest issue. It's trying to get that many families relocated to tear down the property is tough. That's our biggest obstacle that we're facing right at the moment right now. We started letting units become vacant so we can have a lot of vacancies, so we wouldn't have to try to relocate a lot of people. But now HUD is saying they want to fill. Well, now I got to start back filling them up. That just exacerbates our issue. We're going to try to do it in halves if we can, maybe only tear down one half and fence it off and work on one half, and then maybe do the other half and kind of split it up, because trying to get 130 families relocated in Canton, that's tough. And a lot of them don't want to go to Jackson. You have a question?
Yes, Dr. White.
Where are we tearing down?
Joe Pritchard homes.
Joe Pritchard. When we start with that?
We're working on it now. We've been working on it now for about 3 or 4 years. It's been a while. We're starting to expedite it now. We're starting to get stuff in, starting to get moving now. And now we got to start trying to get the relocation.
Yeah, I do agree with you having pods of areas of it that you're working on and moving those families in that way. If you tear that down and you get those housed and they move back whenever you finish, then for the next phase of it, you can move those families to those particular houses that those families came out of it.
That's correct. Now, what we're considering doing is what HUD calls the Section 18 blend, which is the demo dispo. And what that simply means is they will get a voucher. If they accept the voucher, they do not have first dibs to come back.
Okay.
If they accept just the relocation plan, they have first dibs to come back. So if they get a voucher, but the voucher would be good for them, because they can take the voucher and go anywhere they want. They can go to the house, they can go to Jackson, they can go to New York City, they can go to California.
New York City.
Wherever they want to go. We don't want them to leave Canton, but use that example.
But they don't.
Yeah, and we're trying to get to what they call relocation vouchers. And what we like to do is turn them into permanent vouchers, because there's some things they can do down the road with that voucher, which we would recommend, such as building their own house and using the voucher to pay for the house note. So they own their own house. But that's going to be a big issue to relocation. Limited supply. We had some deferred maintenance because we were trying to tear the property down earlier. If you look at bullet point number 3, so we're going to have to go back and expedite that deferred maintenance. That was the roofs. The mayor's been getting on my tail about the way it looks over there. So we're in the process now. Architects are working on the roofing contract now to get that out for bid. So we're going to replace all the roofs and kind of start doing the work just to get the property a little bit more livable, because it looks like it's going to take a minute to try to get the families relocated. We thought we'd be ahead of the curve. When we announced this, COVID hit, ended up in COVID, prices went out the roof.
Yeah.
Financing went out the roof, and then we get a new administration, so that changes everything. So that's where we are. Second phase, another big one is we're having problems with archives and history. The archives and history says Joe Pritchard has got some history.
Yeah.
So what we're trying to do is right across from where the Freedom House is, that's what we're going to recommend. The archives is turn that building into a museum. Get funding for it and turn it into a museum, and then that way we redevelop the rest of the property. We hope it passes. Laurel Housing Authority was able to get that done. Hattiesburg, but Joe Pritchard has some significant history with Fannie Lou Hamer, Dr. King. I'm sure a lot of the Freedom Riders stayed in those apartments. They housed a lot of those people. Housing was ended up staying there. So we're going to try to get through that. And then the last one was the CFP grant, of 2.2 million. Cindy Hyde-Smith contacted us. She wants to get that thing expedited and get a grant agreement signed. I think y'all have it on your agenda today to approve it. We had the grant agreement ready, but I had them to reject the grant agreement because they had me down to sign the grant agreement, but I told the mayor has to sign the grant agreement. I can't sign the grant agreement. So, Mr. Mayor, I had to reject the grant agreement. It's not nothing. It's always just paperwork. So they're gonna redo it. Once y'all approve it and put your name on it, then we'll get you to sign off on it. Once you sign off on it, we'll get everything submitted. Okay? But they want to try to get it done before this administration starts snatching money back. So Hyde Smith office called me and said, let's get it done. She was the author of the grant who gave us the funds. So we were ready to go. When I looked down, I said, I can't sign this because it goes to the city. Then we got the attorney. I sent it to the attorney for her review because the last time I was before you all, she requested a review of the grant agreement. So I gave it to her before I came to you all so that she can go through it, whatever she has to do with it.
Okay.
Once she gives y'all to go ahead, y'all get it approved, we'll get it signed off on, get everything done. Then I think she said there needs to be a sub-grant agreement
Yeah, that was my
between
whole
us
deal.
and you all. But you can approve the grant agreement, we can do sub-grant agreement later down the
Yes.
road. Let's lock down the money so they don't take it back.
Okay.
Any questions? I'm done. I tried to talk fast.
Yeah.
3 minutes.
Let me say this, and I haven't had the opportunity to address you. I know that I fuss a lot because I look at the cosmetic outlook of the city. And I know there's a lot of work to be done. And I once represented Ward 5 where Joe Pritchard homes are. Look, there's some dynamic things going on, especially in building and development in the zoning areas. And I want the Joe Pritchard home establishment to be right in the cusp of everything that's going on. One dynamic move at one time, one after the other. So they can see, outsiders can see the progress that the city of Canton is making. We talk about economic development, but if we don't have people, places to live, and if we don't have safety accounts in place, all economic development in the world is not going to do us any good. So we got to move in a dynamic way, and just what you said, get things expedited. So this is why I'm not fussing, but I care, and I believe we can do better than what we're doing. Look, I'm a very aggressive individual because I'm looking for the progress as we go forward. And I think you're in this with me. You know the need just as well as I do. I was going to ask about that feasibility study that was supposed to come from the city of Canton. Where are we with that?
On what?
You remember the $500,000 or the $50,000 that was supposed to come from the city of Canton concerning Joe Pritchard homes as a feasibility process? You don't remember that? Okay, maybe I didn't. We're good. Or maybe it's a different.
But the feasibility, it's gotta go. I mean, our
Okay.
infrastructure is crumbling underneath us.
Okay.
So we're
Yeah.
gonna bring it up apart. Go ahead. Yeah.
When we come into the area of Joe Pritchard homes, we know how old the establishment is. All the blue tops is kind of a push away. When we bring people in here, especially through the Freedom House, that is a question.
Right.
And, you keep doing these things, and I know people are interested in the city of Canton, but we got to start making some progress, and we got to do it in an aggressive way, but the right way too. So this is why I call, this is why I talk, this is why I'm redundant with my conversations, because I think it's time for us to move. I've been here 6 years, and now this is the administration that I'm the ambassador of, and I'm going to be a little bit more vocal in trying to get things done. And they're all because I want the best that the city has to offer, and we got to start with our people first.
Within 60 days, or each sheriff, 90 days, I'm sorry,
Okay.
we should be ready to kind of get those roofs so you won't see those targets. We're doing all 31 buildings, so.
Okay, and I do admire the work that you're doing. You're knowledgeable. We appreciate that, and we just got to get some things going.
Yeah.
So the people can have something to look at and touch.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Dees. Nobody else? Go ahead.
Mayor, I think the $500,000 you were alluding
Mhm.
to was the asking when you first brought it to the table.
Okay.
Yeah, we need
About the
city to
funding.
contribute because
Yeah, I know what that piece is.
Yeah, the finance.
The actual
I got you.
the
Okay.
financial piece is the project ended up being about $25 million.
Okay.
And that's what's been part of the whole of it, because we got 2.2 million from Cindy Hyatt Smith, and we're trying to reduce the amount of debt we got on the property. So the rate hopefully will come down a little bit, but we've got some things that we're gonna do, and in this demo dispo, it allowed us to raise a little more capital, so now we can really move forward.
I got you.
Now
Okay.
it's about putting it together.
Yeah, that was just in the back of my head, so.
And that's what that was all about.
Okay, I got you.
Oh, y'all still gonna give it to us?
Eddie brought it up. You have to see what I checked.
And in this agreement, I'll get with the attorney, with your permission, and we need to figure out that the bank accounts open, so the deposits can go in. This is what HUD is recommending, totally separate accounts, so not joint type bitch or something, so we'll get together, whatever she says, that's what we gonna do.
Ms. Speaker, have you met Attorney Reed Jones?
No, sir.
I would love.
Okay. Yeah.
Have y'all had an opportunity to talk with each other?
Not lately.
Not at length.
I would love for y'all to get together and put both of those great minds together and see what will come out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
Let's have breakfast sometime.
Okay?
All right.
All right, great. All right. Anything else? Yes.
I just want to thank you, Jason, for taking the lead on that, because I did, apologize, because I had oil service, and thank you for explaining that. But for the new members, Mr. Beasley, this is a kind of old grant, but the city just found out about it recently, like right before the new administration transition. So I thought he was able to answer any questions. But he did reach out to me last week and requested that the grant could be approved for a resolution, because that part had never been done. So it's kind of backtracking, approving that resolution. But the sub-grant agreement part, Mr. Beasley, I agree with you. That was my real legal concern, and I think we can do that. We can do that after this. I think the first part is to get that approved, and thank you.
Okay. No
So I
problem.
appreciate it. And that was my apology, because I meant to have you on the agenda. We talked about that last week.
Well, they got it on the, it's on the, like, toward somewhere now. You know, accepting the grant.
Okay.
I don't know about the grant for you, but y'all.
No, that's we gotta work on the details, but yeah.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, can I go?
Right. All right, thank you again.
Yes, sir.
All right, moving right along, Roman number 2 approved. I'm sorry.
Mayor, if I may.
You know.
I have but I know it's on here for an agenda item, but I received a letter from one of my constituents, about the flooding in this area, Mr. Newman, and he asked that it be read. He's unable to, be here, and I want to know if I add it to the agenda. To have the letter read. Please.
We got an item to approve the work in there.
Okay.
Yeah, but she said that.
What's the album?
I said we have an item to approve the work, since you requested to be read, I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to add to the agenda to be read.
Okay. All
We got
right.
2 things to add. Because, the next thing is, you do with public comments, right?
Yes.
We got a couple things to add in there.
Okay.
We'd like to add, this letter from, Mr. Young, be added to our agenda. And also the resolution for, the special, session on March the 24th.
Okay.
We'll add those 2 things to the agenda.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah, that's my motion, Mayor.
I second.
The motion is probably second. What is your vote regarding this matter?
Here, here. Down there.
Well, aye.
The vote is unanimous. That's acceptable. The motion carries. All right, we're at Roman number 2, approval of meeting agenda, meeting's agenda. The mayor will entertain a motion regarding Roman number 2.
Second.
It's been motion and properly second. What is your vote?
Here, here. Down there.
Wells, aye.
Is that everyone?
Mr. Brown.
Okay.
The vote is unanimous. Therefore, motion carries. Roman number 3, Dr. Anderson.
Roman 3 says approval of February 3rd, 2026 meeting minutes.
The mayor will now entertain a motion regarding Roman number 3. Is there a motion? It's been motioned, is there a second?
Second.
It's been motioned and properly seconded. What is your vote regarding Roman number 3?
Down there.
Claudia, aye.
Wells, aye.
Guilty, aye.
The vote is unanimous, therefore, motion carries. Roman number 4.
Before says approval of February 17, 2026 claims and contractual claims docket.
The mayor will now entertain a motion regarding Roman number 4. Is there a motion?
Got a few statements, if you don't get a motion, man.
I'll motion.
Okay.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
I do a second with unreadness.
What are you unready? Alderman Wells?
Yes, sir, Mayor. Unreadness, there's several things on the claims docket this time. We had, some invoices that showed up from Delta Muffler from April and, March and April last year. Wonder why did that happen? We're still throughout the city with Centos uniforms. Most of those invoices keep saying, past due amount, and we need to address that. Also,
Is there a certain department? I can see.
no, it's basically all of them.
Okay.
And they say past due amounts, and, I think we need to look into that. Caterpillar had an invoice there from December last year, that was not paid. And they also have a couple of invoices with past due amounts, on them also. So Marsh and, is Marsh and McClellan doing all of our bonding right now? Just sure to bond for everybody?
Yes.
Okay,
Only one person.
okay, and we also have a deal there for Fisher Brown Trail that has surety bonds in it also.
They're the same people. This is Mr. Davis.
Okay, well, we had one in there that had John McCormick's name on it.
They said that he was never canceled.
Well, we need to cancel him.
I did. I went ahead and did it.
Okay. Yeah,
But,
okay.
that was prior to me getting it. He was never canceled prior to me getting it.
Okay, Mississippi Development Authority, why do they have enough statements overdue principles? On a couple of those things, the MDA, said overdue, principle. And Mayor, when our employees are purchasing from Kraft, Phillips, any of our local, vendors, please make sure they write their names clearly. Because on a lot of these invoices, you see something that almost looks like an M or a W or something, you don't know who purchased it. So if you're gonna purchase, you need to, print your name if you can't write. But you need to print your name clearly so the clerk and everyone else can know who purchased those items. Otherwise, it's gonna be a paper, the employee, give to the city. Last thing, Fusion, company that, takes care of porta potties for, the, walking track up on, North Liberty, they're billing us 6 months at a time. But, we can't pay them before they actually, before the month passes. So we got, they're billing us from November last year to May of this year. So we can only pay them from November through this month. We can't pay them for, April and May. So those are the things I saw. Unregistered law.
Anyone else? All right. The mayor will entertain a motion regarding Roman number 4.
That was it.
That was
That was unregistered.
That was on there. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you ready to vote? If so, what is your vote regarding Roman number 4?
Wells, aye.
Ten,
Brown, man.
Carried unanimous.
Valid,
Are you vote? So what's the vote?
3-4, it failed.
All right, keep in mind, this is the way we pay our bills. We're not trying to get that negative credit rating. Roman number 5,
Approval of payroll documents.
so moved.
Second.
it's been motioned and properly second. What is your vote regarding Roman number 5?
Wells, aye.
Ten,
Brown,
The vote is unanimous, therefore motion carries. Roman number 6,
Recommendation for the mayor and board to approve Adeline and Johnson Street Drainage Improvement Project to RNC Services LLC in the amount of $202,847.50 as the apparent lowest bidder. And I think this goes with automobile letter.
Okay.
But
I
not,
have to make before it's read.
yes.
So that everybody will know we're being transparent. This does not just, even though it says Adeline and Johnson, there are other streets involved. So it won't look like we're spending $2,000 on just 2 streets being, having a drainage improvement. It's gonna include
Mr. Warren back there.
Ms. Warren and
intersection of NLP.
come on up.
And
Doc.
Mr. Warren did call me yesterday, and I asked him to give you a call to be inclusive with the conversation that he had with me.
He did.
Okay,
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Can you provide, since we're on Facebook Live, can you provide, and for those in the audience, the names of the streets that is comprising that, drainage improvement project?
So it's Adeline Street, Johnson Street, and the intersection of MLK.
And,
And just so,
Yeah.
and to add to what I see Sean is saying, the scope of work includes the intersection of Adeline and Martin Luther King Drive, where there's an existing, there's a 18-inch pipe that's existing, that's kind of serving as a choke point in terms of the stormwater runoff that drains into Bachelor Creek. And so the project includes upsizing that pipe to be able to convey the water that's currently backing up into the property of that homeowner at that intersection. That's kind of running the risk of flooding their home. We made a site visit. The other site is Johnson Street. It's kind of at the, and it's at the, I forget the address, but it's at the dead end of Johnson Street, where the ditch discharges into Bachelor Creek. And so right now you have an undersized pipe as well, so we want to make improvements and remove the existing pipe. And basically grade that open ditch channel so the water can discharge into Bachelor Creek. So ultimately, just kind of, the purpose is to mitigate the flash flooding that occurred in that area.
And, you know, I hate to go back to the claims docket, but listen, when these contractors do their job, they're looking for their pay. And when they're looking for their pay, they get very upset because the guy caught me in the hall, and I really thought he was gonna jump on me. And we can't do what we did in this last administration. We've got to pay our bills, or it will get out again. Don't do business in Canton because they don't pay their bills. So this is why we have to examine this claims docket, fix what needs to be fixed on it, and pay the people that do the work for us. We've got to do this. And this is essential and important as we go forward. If we're going to survive as a city, we've got motivation going at this particular point. I know Dr. Alderman Wells has reviewed it. It's been discussed. We can fix it, but we got to pay the bills. And a 2-week delay or a special call meeting does not look good for us when we're supposed to be doing it on time. If they do the work on time and finish the work on time, we should be paying on time. Please, anything else?
That's all I need from them for their purposes.
All right.
Back on the same page.
Those don't mean the best.
This letter was provided to us by, Alderman Gilbert from one of her constituents, and it reads: Dear Mayor and Board of Aldermen, I'm writing on behalf of the residents of Martin Luther King Drive in Canton, Mississippi, to formally express our serious concerns regarding the ongoing flooding issues in this area. For over 60 years, I, Mr. Charles E. Young, have resided on Martin Luther King Drive and continue to experience repeated flooding whenever we receive heavy rainfall. Each time there is a hard rain, water accumulates and causes damages to my storage room and at times to my home itself. Despite the passage of time and prior awareness of the problem, the flooding persists without a permanent solution. This issue not only affects me, but also impacts numerous other citizens living in this flood-prone area. Repeated water intrusion threatens property, creates financial strain due to ongoing repairs, and raises serious concerns about safety, health, and overall quality of life. Long-term residents should not have to endure continuous property damage year after year. We respectfully request the Mayor and Board of Aldermen to prioritize this matter and expedite a comprehensive and lasting solution. Whether through improved drainage systems, infrastructure upgrades, or other flood mitigation measures, we urge the city to take decisive action to protect its residents and their homes. The affected citizens and me in this area are asking for your immediate attention and leadership in resolving this long-standing issue. We would greatly appreciate a response outlining the steps the city plans to take in a projected timeline of corrective action. Thank you for your time and consideration of this urgent matter. We look forward to your prompt response and to meaningful progress towards resolving these flood concerns. Sincerely, Charles E. Young, on behalf of the affected citizens of Martin Luther King Drive, Canton, Mississippi.
All right. Anything else, Alderman?
No, sir.
All right. Did we get a vote on Roman number 6?
No.
Okay. Is there a motion on the table?
No motion yet.
Second.
It's been motioned and properly second. What's your vote regarding Roman number 6?
Jeffrey,
Brown,
Wells,
Why did I?
Vote is unanimous, therefore motion carries. Roman number 7.
Approved to submit Tan Brown Russ invoice in the amount of $69,060, final payment for 2020 audit.
So moved.
It's been motioned and properly second. What is your vote regarding Roman number 7?
All in unison?
Therefore, the vote is unanimous and motion carries. And before we go forward, I just want to let you all know today at the ceremony unveiling the civil rights marker for the Freedom House, it was duly noted publicly that we've gotten past one audit and we're going forward and ain't no stopping us now. Let's move on. Roman number 8.
Approval to complete bail fence supply credit application, and this is to repair that fence on, that you can see coming off the highway.
Long thing, exit 119.
The exit 119, that fence that goes along exit 119.
The mayor will now entertain a motion regarding Roman number 8.
so moved.
It's been motioned and properly second. What's your vote regarding Roman number 8?
Why did I?
Brown,
Jeffrey,
Well, the vote is unanimous, therefore motion carried. Roman number 9.
Approve John Cunningham's financial assurance draft to be submitted to the Mississippi Department of Environmental Quality.
Before I ask for a motion, just to let you know that the board know and the audience know that we met with Mr. Cunningham on Thursday. And it looks like all systems are go. Everything is in line. It's just up to this approval of Roman number 9 at this particular point. So therefore, now the mayor will entertain a motion regarding Roman number 9.
So moved.
It's been motioned and properly second. What is your vote regarding Roman number 9?
Well,
Whitehead, aye.
Diamond eye.
You know,
Giddy abstain.
Brown,
The vote is 5-2. The abstention goes with the majority. Therefore, the vote is approved. Motion carries. Roman number 10.
Seeing, approval of renewing Ingram Equipment Company maintenance service agreement for the garbage trucks and street sweeper.
Mr. Gary, you got any comments regarding Roman number 10? You are Mr. Cole.
I have a question when it comes to.
Okay. Is Mr. Cole here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir, question.
Did you have any comments?
I was just gonna go over this question first, I made it last time, all of it in one, but, yes, this is,
Oh, go ahead.
this is a service, this is a service agreement between, the city of Canton and Ingram Equipment for the service, on the garbage truck and street sweep. It involves, changing the filters, changing the fluids, and making sure that we don't have anything broken or out of whack. For some of them that can fall upon the warranty.
Did you have a question, Will?
Yes, sir. Mr. Gary, they're supposed to do that, what,
Every 90 days.
every 90 days? Do we have reports from last year's on,
Yes.
on the 90 days? Okay,
Yes.
on file.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, that's what I want to make sure, because some of these things that, you know, we've had a few bumps in the road to make sure that they're coming in the service center, and that we have a copy of those service records, in our file. Because if we're paying for the agreement, we can make sure that they get done. Bring us a copy next time of one of those reports so we see what it looks like.
Alderman Brown?
I just, wanted you to know the service fee for this, how much is it?
It's about $6,000 a year for our trucks.
Four trucks.
Five.
Sweeper.
Five.
Yeah, it's a sweeper, that's right.
That's $6,000.
Anything else?
Yeah. Oh.
All right, let me take this opportunity to introduce you all to our new sanitation department director, Mr. Tony Cole. Give him a round of applause.
Oh,
There you go, Sam. Okay, Will.
Yes, which one of those fluids, they said it was gonna change every 90 days?
That's gonna be hydraulic.
Okay, so are they changing it every 90 days?
Yes, that will give that service in our board of truck staff.
Okay. I see one of those reports. Okay, thank you, sir.
Anything else for Mr. Coker and Mr. Garrett? Thank you all. Therefore, the mayor will now entertain a motion regarding Roman number 10.
so moved.
Second. It's been motioned and properly second. What is your vote regarding Roman number 10?
Brown eye.
Whitehead, aye.
Well,
Diamond eye. Yeah.
You know.
Is that it?
That's everybody.
Vote, the vote is unanimous, therefore motion carries. Roman number 11.
Approval of GW Group LLC to remodel bathrooms at fire station number 3 in the amount of $34,000. The details are in the fire department section of the information folder. As well as 2 quotes.
I got one question. Who's the GW group?
What's the name of it?
Oh, the acronym of the
Come on, Chief.
the initial. Okay. All right, the mayor will now entertain a motion.
That's the question.
I'm sorry.
You asked me a good question? You don't
Oh,
want to answer? You don't know that. LLC is Mr. Gregory Haywood. Haywood. Mr. Gregory Haywood.
Oh, that's what the GW is for?
Yes, sir. GW Group is Gregory Haywood.
So you still Haywood with a W?
Haywood. Haygood.
W still something.
What's the W for?
The W?
So we can identify.
GW.
Cause I don't want all the wheels knocking on my door fussing about who it is.
That's just his group, GW Group LLC, but his name is Gregory Haygood.
Okay. Is somebody, who's it, somebody local or what?
Jackson.
Okay. Has he done work for us before?
No, he had done work before.
Okay. You may, go ahead.
Have we seen any of his work? Did he bring like photos or anything, or did he just submit the invoice?
He didn't bring it, but like I said, one of the guys who did some of the work in Jackson Fire Station, the fire station that they had on the news.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so some of the work.
GW did some of that work?
No kidding, GW. Where did you get the, we'll get the picture for you guys. We'll get the picture.
He's on the phone. But my question was, I do realize that they submitted, we're choosing them because of the lowest bid, is that correct?
No,
Okay, but I would also love to see their work, cause like, we were just discussing lowest don't always mean quality. So we would just like to see some of GW's work. We had an issue where a couple of meetings ago, we received the lowest bid, but then they realized that the work was a little bit more than what they could imagine, and then we kept getting invoices and invoices and invoices. So I would just like to see, I do appreciate him having the lowest bid, but I would love to see some of his work.
Good, Alderman Williams?
Yeah, Attorney Banks sent a email out concerning the bidding process and what's construction versus remodeling.
That's like a fact determination, and I don't have all those facts, so I guess you all can talk to, Chief can like clarify that to make y'all have more information if you need it to determine whether it's construction. If it's construction, it will need to be, done pursuant to the beginning section. So I don't know if all this has been done, I haven't.
Our city.
Our building and, yeah, go in, Mr. Jones.
Can y'all come up?
Yeah, that should be good. Tell us, we want to make sure, make sure we're legal and
With this.
we're doing what we're talking about here.
Exactly. What Alderman Wells and I were agreeing to was that, being that, we do need, it treads a fine line between what's considered construction and what's considered remodeling. So if we could have you all with building and code to just look at what GW's plan is for the fire department, so that we can really understand what's the fine line between the construction and the remodeling codes, so that we can be in alignment.
Okay.
Yeah, because we need to know so we can be legally correct.
Oh, yeah, we can, like I said, table it and restart.
Just let the board know, whether or not you remodel or you're building from a new project itself, all of it's still construction.
Even if we
It's still,
paint,
say again?
even if we go back and
Okay,
just paint.
you talking about basically some kind of renovation.
Right,
Okay,
okay,
painting is a little bit different.
okay.
And when you talk about things that are structural, you're talking about structural members like joists and
Right.
roof loads and all that. But painting is not considered.
We just have to look at.
So,
We just have to look at what they talk about, the scope of work they talk about.
yeah, so Chief, what was considered for the scope of work for the remodeling of the restaurant?
Like I say, knocking some walls out.
Yeah, that's true. Gotcha. I had some work done in my school, and I had to tread a fine line.
That's right.
I had to tread a fine line between construction and remodeling due to ADA compliances. And we had to make sure that we didn't overdo it, because we wanted to make sure that the restaurants were still in ADA compliance, and it was just a facelift more so than a construction project. So.
They do have plans.
Weapons and real.
Let us look at it.
Yeah, we can then get back and get with the attorney if you got any questions, or make sure we're doing the right thing. Okay.
Anything else? All right, therefore, the nail down on the motion regarding Roman number 11.
I think we need to table that, until we get some more information.
All right.
I motion to table.
Second.
It's been motion and properly second. What is your vote?
Joker.
Brown,
Wells,
Why did I?
The vote is unanimous, therefore motion carries. Roman number 12.
Consideration of resolution approving First Baptist Church's application for a special exception to install ground signs in a residential R1 district.
I'm the attorney.
Okay.
My name is Taylor Stewart, J&H Architects. I'm here on behalf of First Baptist Church Canton. Do I have past these, right? You already have some? Okay, I didn't know. Yeah, there's some more.
Oh, is it wrong?
Yeah.
No, we have color version.
Oh, we have color versions. We can pass my opinion if you need here.
Thank you.
Our firm was commissioned,
Let me interrupt just a minute. It might speed things up a little bit. This has already been presented to the zoning commission, and the zoning commission recommended approval of the sign. So that's why we're here for a recommendation.
Awesome.
The presentation's been made.
Okay. That's great.
It's just the street, the shrine.
And it was just a sign from the fellowship hall, and you can see kind of the 8-inch stripes there. So if you have any questions, I'm available.
Second.
It's been motion and properly second. Therefore, what is your vote regarding Roman number 12?
Wells, aye.
Brown,
No.
Again,
Whitehead, I, in the name of the Lord.
All right, the vote is unanimous, therefore motion carries. Roman number 13.
Consideration of resolution approving site plan for Dollar General store at 3434 North Liberty Street in the C2 district.
All right. You got anything on this,
Yes.
Attorney Jones?
Yes, there was a presentation, lasted about 45 minutes, went into great detail, and a great site plan, and this is just a site plan approval. This is the zoning, everything's fine, we approved it. Donald pre-approved the site plan, and we did a little tweaking on it. We wanted to make sure, if you read the resolution, that they complied with the fire department's request for sprinklers in certain places, that they work on the plans. And also the second thing was the parking lot surveillance cameras.
Yeah.
We required us to live in those. And they said that we found also. And the third thing was Commissioner Estes, who has a good eye, was concerned about the soccer field back behind there. And the people come and there's always an overflow of parking. And he suggested he wanted to know because the site plan had a big parking lot behind the store. It's a big wraparound parking, lots of parking. And the gentleman who was there discussing it with us said, we rarely use all these spaces, but we have them, they're available. And Commissioner Estes asked him, well, can we have any objection to letting people who come to see the soccer games and all use that back parking lot if it's available? And he agreed to that, and I said, well, we want to make sure that's in the resolution. So he agreed, and that's why it is in the resolution. It's one of the conditions. And so with that in mind, I would respectfully ask that you approve the site plan, adopt our recommendation for site plan approval.
Okay. Anyone else?
Mayor,
You may, Alderman Brown.
Attorney Reed.
Yes.
How long have this Dollar General project been before you?
How long?
Yes.
Well, this is the first meeting for me, the site plan approval. It's zoned properly.
That's correct.
And the site plan is the first step. It's a preliminary site plan, it's the first step in the process. And the requirement is, and this is one of the requirements that has been absent in the departments in the past, is that they did not bring the site plan with the application, it was not pre-approved by Mr. Lawrence. They did follow all the rules with that, and this is the first step.
Okay.
And so they still have to get building permits.
And they still gotta get approval for the solar preservation, for the elevation and the landscape.
Historical preservation.
The landscaping and the elevation.
Because I understand everything y'all saying, and I understand that the zoning calls for it, but my thing is it something that my constituents want? And I'm big on that, and regardless of what it is, or what we think is, how it benefits the city, they don't see a benefit in it, or see a liking in it, then I'm not gonna be for it. And that's why I want to know how far along we were with this, since we're in the preliminary stages. I can take this to them and get their feedback and understanding that this is something that they actually want, because I feel like we have we have a great supply of dollar stores here already. Yes, sir.
May I say something, Mike?
Go ahead.
Okay, if you look at your, I guess, in your zoning ordinance, you got what you call as permitted uses versus what uses require special exception. In this case, you got a permitted use that saying that this is a legal project. I'm just saying, just consider that when you're thinking, and you got the other section that's saying, these are the things that we require, and say, you have to have a special exception to allow this particular use there.
Got it. Well, saying all that, I'm still saying, if the people I represent don't feel a need for that, then I'm not gonna be for it either.
I understand.
That's what I'm saying, regardless of what we got on the books, regardless of what we want to see come. I wanna see it come too.
Yeah.
Let me add one thing also. This is not in the resolution, I don't think. This is going to be a much larger store, a nicer store. It's going to be 10,640 square feet. It's going to have a large green area outside. They're going to plant over 25 trees there. They're going to have that extra large parking lot.
I get all of it, but with that, it's still saying those stores attract certain groups, and I noticed with that Family Dollar store, the traffic that hangs around it, and I've gotten complaints about the type of activities goes on around it. To compound it with another one right up the street across from the daycare, that's a lot. That's why I said I want to have a chance to speak with the people, to understand that this is something they want. If they for it, I'm for it.
I have one other suggestion.
Yes, sir.
When it gets like that, if you feel that there's too many dollar stores within the city, you obviously don't want to blur up.
Yeah.
We're gonna limit them for this particular time, and therefore you won't be getting in a particular time.
True. That's an option that we may need to look at. But that's why I was asking, since with these type of things that we get a heads up with them, that's why I say so. When we get these things, and we can be on the front end, we can stop any. Yeah, that's what we ask, to be aware of these things long before we get to any plans, any decisions that been made, or things been okay. We don't want to bring people here and get them worked up, and it's something that we may not want. As far as my constituents, yeah, it's something that the zoning permits and that we want there. I want it there if they want it there. But like I said, we had an issue where they wanted to put a gas station where, right across by Arnell Bowden's office. My constituents didn't want that, so we had to stop that. So that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna go with what they want. Yeah, so they say they didn't want that gas station there, so I had against the gas station. They didn't want the pull apart. They fight against the pull apart.
Right.
So if they don't want the Dollar General, I have to fight against the Dollar General. They're gonna be.
Yeah.
But that's all I'm just asking. They may want it, and then none of this will be a problem. But I just want to have the opportunity to take it to them and get their input. And they say yay, we good. They say
And we
nay.
do want them to understand, this is one of the nicer stores. And the money that's gonna go into the building of it, and the size of the parking, the quality of the parking. It's gonna be extra food. It's gonna be, hopefully, from what I've seen, a very nice project. Let them know that also. It's not just a storefront with some parking.
of those things that you shared with me that it's gonna be one of the top stores, so like I said, I can take it to them.
I would invite you to come to the zoning department, and look at the site plan.
Okay,
So that might be good also.
I will,
Fantastic.
Okay, Dr. Whitehead?
Two things. I think we need to look at the process for adding that as a moratorium of limiting the number of dollar stores.
Yeah.
Number two, I would love for us to look into how many number of dollar stores we have in the city of Canton, we have in the city of Madison, we have in the city of Gluckstadt, just all around us, and why. I just would like to know that data of dollar stores coming to us compared to going to other cities. I'm not saying I'm turning it down. I would love another dollar store. I am a dollar store girl. But I would just love to know why we have Dollar General and not Islands coming to Canton. And what can we do to bring other upscale businesses, being that we have 3 Dollar Generals in Canton? Why would we want to add a 4th if we can go and add something else? You know, or if somebody else can bring it to us and say, can we have another grocery store? Same layout, same platform, a Whole Foods that's really offering vegan, better eating in those particular areas where we really need it. That's just my aspect.
You're speaking to me, because I wish somebody would talk to Makita, because Makita is determined to put any kind of industry, lots for storage cars anywhere in the city. And I'm hoping we'll be able to tell Makita, look to us, help us find commercial businesses here
Because they follow
instead of
each other.
industrial.
Chains follow each other. So if they building a chain here, 3 and 4, like they're building this, the art center down in Ridgeland, I'm pretty sure it's other chains that's following, that's tagging along with that, because they see that this mega business and mega center is being built. So I would love to have conversations about that. Nothing against Dollar General. That's my Saturday store. But I would love to know, how can we get other high-end, top-name businesses to Canton, Mississippi?
Absolutely.
Mayor,
You may, Alderman Brown.
Attorney Reed, you said something about Makita, and I think that's something that, as a body, we spoke about before, about having our own economic development department. I know you, and something you can help us with, and Donald and your department. We definitely, Makita not gonna look out for Ken's best interests. So Ken gotta look out for his own best interests, and that's why I said we should develop our own economic development program group here in the city that's going out and doing what Dr. Whitehead just said. You know, going out and trying to attract these guys. We gotta do that for ourselves. No one else gonna do it.
And I don't want to spend too much time on this point, but we do need to discuss this at some point. I think we should have a delegation go to the Board of Supervisors of the county, because the Board of Supervisors appoints the people that run Makita.
Yeah.
And we say, look, and we've had meetings before about this issue, and say, we don't want to be the industrial center of Canton. We want to be the residential and commercial. Because we're not going to have residential until we have commercial. And Mayor Taylor put it very clearly. Everything is going around Canton as far as commercial and residential, and we're the center of the donut. And I'll never forget that when you said that. So he said,
Well, yeah, I think that we have to start thinking for ourselves and start going out and representing ourselves, because we got a lot to offer. I don't think we ever packaged it right and presented it to these individuals. I know we spoke to some people in the past, like Top Golf, in places, but they saying that we didn't have the median income to support something like that. But you're looking at all the surrounding areas that it would attract. We passed that. But to look at business, like you said, that we don't have. We try to do the same thing over and over and over.
And Canton's poised to grow.
Yes.
It's happening everywhere.
Well, the thing about it is, there, everyone is,
Dr. White.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mayor. May I? We're always talking about, you know, the business and saying that we don't have, you know, they look at the economic data about Canton, right? But Canton is taking the dollars to those individual cities. You can look on Facebook at any time, and every Saturday, Top Golf is filled with Canton people there and others, but I know for myself, Canton is heading down the street to go to Chuck E. Cheese. Why we can't get a Chuck E. Cheese here? Canton is going down the street to Top Golf. Okay, we may not be Top Golf, but let's bring something here. Canton is headed to Whole Foods for, I mean, we leave the city, which means to even go to Glustate, just for their twisted turn. Never heard of that restaurant. But I eat there every Saturday for their breakfast, right? We love them rings. Me and Mom go all the time. You know, we have a Sullivan's right down the street, right? Although we've never heard of these restaurants, these places and businesses. And now we're making these chains even bigger. Canton is making these chains bigger. And so if they give us a chance, we can show them that we can grow and attract the individuals from Lee County and Holmes County that actually pass Canton to go to these places as well.
Can I ask Mayor,
Alderman Brown?
can I ask Mr. Reeves, is that something he'd be willing to help us with?
Absolutely.
Cause yeah, I don't wanna keep not doing what we say we're supposed to be doing, because it's time out for that. We need to do what we say we're gonna do and stick to it, because the opportunity is now. We got a 10-year window where they're gonna continue to build out that mega site. If we don't get ahead of it, we gonna get steamrolled like we always do. But we gotta stop being late to the party for everything. So we know this stuff coming, we know it's happening, we need to be proactive and start planning, just like Makita planned. All they're doing is making 5, 10, 15 years charrette and sticking to it. We have it, we just not sticking to what we put in place. If we plan and stick to it, I think we can accomplish it.
And on the heels of that, if no one else, go ahead, all of you.
And I just think, all of this ties right back to what I was just looking at, our sales tax first.
Going down.
We lost the most out of the county.
We're not growing.
And until we do something to attract businesses, we're gonna continue to lose money, we're gonna continue to lose people.
Like y'all go to choose something.
So.
We need a guy that serves greens and chicken.
Do like me, don't eat tacos and pews 7 days a week.
It goes back to something that I know I've been saying for several years, for the last few years that I've been up here. There is only one sit-down family restaurant other than a Mexican restaurant in the city of Georgia. And no, but I'm saying, so everybody doesn't eat Mexican, everybody doesn't eat steak. But I want to be able to have somewhere in Canton where I can take my family, no matter what we like to eat, and have a variety of food available. So we have got to start working to attract those kinds of places to Canton. And I'm wholeheartedly agree. I know that the Dollar General and any other general that we get here will bring us some food. But what services are really gonna provide our people? Our constituents as a whole, not just one segment of folks that's looking to buy something right now that's solely about you.
Well, do we need to table the general dollar?
Yes. Let's say.
I need a motion.
I make a motion.
And I second it.
What is your vote regarding the table and woman number 13?
Brown and I.
Brown eye.
Yeah.
White eye.
What else?
Allen eye. Guilty eye.
The vote is unanimous, therefore motion carries. Let me say this before we close this out. Number one, it goes back to the basics of the fundamentals. We've got to change the image of Canton. for people to become interested in it. We gotta clean it up. A lot of things we gotta do. And there are not things that are impossible. I met Mr. Jones about 4 years ago, and I understand where this fight is. It was a teaching moment. We were at Nikita, and he stood up and he told Nikita the very same thing he's telling us tonight. You're trying to put all the industry in Canton, and all the commercial was going south. And I know where his heart is. I kept my radar on him when he was no longer the attorney over there at the zoning.
I was on the commission.
Yeah, he was on the and I know he said that he wanted to go home, and I worried him to death to take his job. I begged him to come back.
After 3 months at home, and sitting on retirement, my wife thanks you.
So it goes back to what we have to do as a city. Number one, we've got to pay our bills. We've got to pay these bills. When we get our packages, read this stuff and make sure we're on point. We got to pay the bills and we got to pay our employees. Those are two things that everybody looks at when we're dealing with people outside the city of Canton. I've gotten an opportunity to talk to all these people in the legislature, and the one thing they say, you all got to clean up the image of that. We got to clean it up. The days of old that's behind us. Let's go forward and let's do what we know we can do there, and that is do the right thing. Thank you, all three of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, one last thing, I got to butt in here. The resolution to set the actual date for the special session on the EMT appeal, it actually got left off and put back on the agenda. So I would ask y'all to consider that. The day that we've chosen, that seems to work for everybody, so on an open Tuesday for the board here, it's March 24th, 2026 at 4:30. And we're gonna have an appeal from ENT with the dirt pit. We're going to build that in a residential district, which we denied. They've appealed the zoning commission's decision. And so, we're gonna have that, appeal on special session day. It's March 24th. We'll make sure all of y'all know about that, so you'll be here. And we've got inside the resolution, you've got a copy of it now, I do believe it was passed out. It's got a small little outline of how it will go. They're gonna get 25 minutes to give you their case. I'll have 30, and I'll have a 5-minute rebuttal, and because it is a public hearing, anyone here can speak also after we made our presentations before you rule on their appeal on our recommendation. So I would ask that this resolution, application number 25-0008 be considered for approval to set the hearing date for the appeal EMT zoning commission denial of a special exception to operate a dirt pit in an R1 residential district.
It's already on there. It's on there. It's on. Yeah, we added it.
Yeah, we
added it.
Yeah. Is there a motion?
I think it's
Yeah, it's coming up.
Okay.
Yeah, we added it to the agenda.
Okay, thank you.
We did. Thank you.
All right. Now that it's the agenda, how do you all want to do
No,
it?
we have 14.
I appreciate it. Yeah, you gotta go all the way to
Oh, it's up to the consent agenda. Okay.
You go all the way to 19.
Okay, I got you. Roman number 14. I got you.
Yeah, we have. That's right. You got it.
All right. Roman number 14.
You got a motion up?
I got a motion.
Ordinance twice a week.
Okay. It's been motioned and properly second. What is your vote regarding Roman number 14?
Brown,
The ayes of the majority, therefore motion carries. Roman number 15.
What else was that? Yeah. He was late.
It was only that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Consideration of amended financial.
That's a duplicate, yeah.
Okay, so do, so scratch it, and we did that for, it's the same as.
It's the same, yeah.
What number?
9.
Okay. Moving on,
16, scratch.
Right.
moving on to 16.
Consideration of resolution of City of Canton selecting lowest or best bidder in response to the City of Canton reverse auction for one or more side loaders.
Mr. Garrett. You got any comments regarding?
No, we only had one bid, Mayor Board and equipment.
I'm sorry?
We only had one bid, Ingham Equipment.
Okay.
Oh, man.
You may.
What was that, it cost Mr. Garrett?
Attorney.
314,000. I mean, to put that to the T, it is $314,000 and $55.
Oh.
$314 and $55 even. And Ingram Equipment was the only responsibility response to the reverse option.
Yeah.
You may. Call it down.
Thank you. How long was the bid out and did you make it where a lot of people could know about this?
Yes, we did. I think we ran it, for, 2 weeks. We ran it and it was being submitted.
That's a normal process?
Yes, it's a normal process, essentially.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And have you used them before? I mean,
Yes, central bidding is the one that, most,
everybody uses.
Yes.
Okay.
Dr. Whitehead?
Is this the company that came and presented at the last meeting about the side loader?
No.
It's a different company, okay.
Yes.
All well?
Yeah, that was the people came last time.
Yeah, the leaf blower, but it was like a side, it was all three. Yeah, it was garbage truck, leaf blower, all. Yeah, multi-use. I was thinking that was the reason why, because they were sole source. They were the only individuals with that particular truck. But that's a different person.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, we need to get updates on them too. So this, ma'am, this particular vehicle, this resolution is to say to go ahead and purchase it with Garrett? Or just?
It's to accept the bid.
Okay. All right, send nobody else to it.
All right, and go ahead, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know, with respect to your question, it's for the purchase, but if you all, I didn't know, I think Ms. Gear discussed designating the funds, I don't know where it's coming from. And I don't know if you all know, so you all accepting the bid as the lowest and best bidder, if you also choose, but as far as the actual purchase, I don't think he's got an invoice or a PO like for that
No,
amount.
no, we
And I don't
haven't.
know how you all are gonna purchase that equipment, so you all can determine that, I guess, at a later time.
Yeah, we got. I said we can accept the bid, then we got to sit down and determine where that, those funds gonna come from, right?
Okay. Any other questions for Ms. Garrett, Mr. Cofer?
One for the attorney.
Alderman Brown?
You were saying, the funds, what do you mean by?
Well, I think at one point you all had designated some funds that you had borrowed at one time for the roof and the garbage truck.
Okay.
You all might need to go back and revisit and see where your funds are coming from. I don't know where they're coming from.
They're no longer coming from.
I don't know. Me and Mr. Garrett that were discussing this, we were discussing it. I don't know. I don't know where the board's gonna get those funds from.
If I may, ma'am. Yes, the money that we were going to use to prepare the roof on another purpose, I think this board found the funds, that were already already allocated, already allocated. So they left the money that we borrowed from Trustmark National Bank, there. And so that's the reason why we went ahead on and pursued that.
So you saying the money that we borrowed, we didn't make that known in the beginning, so we can't use all of it?
No, you did.
We did.
Make a motion that.
We bought one truck.
Yes.
Yeah, we made it
You
known.
did it and published it to use it for the truck.
I'm saying the other portion that we was gonna use for the roof.
Right.
So can we,
You just make that for the roof too.
so that's what I'm saying, we no longer using the money borrowed for the roof?
I don't think y'all agree designated the money from your purposes yet.
So it's still for the roof?
Yeah, for now.
Yeah, for now.
So you wanna use that money for the truck?
No, it was two pots of money.
That's what I'm saying.
It was a total of
We
$520,000.
bought one truck.
We bought one
Total
truck.
of $560,000, we purchased a truck.
We
So
bought one
have-
truck.
If you look at your balances, you see where it says Trustmark.
I'm just trying to see if we trying to use that roofing money for something else or not.
We need to find out what the roof is going, what the roof is actually gonna cost first, because this other company ain't doing what they said.
Okay.
So the roof may cost more than what this other person said.
It started yesterday.
Anything else for Mr. Gary, Mr. Copeland?
It's gone.
All right, is there a motion for loan number 15? 16, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I motion that we accept the resolution, but then like I said, we gotta discuss that money. At some point, but I motion that we accept this, resolution for this bid.
Is there a second?
I say,
It's been motion to properly second. What's your vote regarding loan number 16?
Wells, aye.
Brown,
Down there.
White
The vote is unanimous, therefore motion carries. Loan number 17.
Consideration of resolution for selection of lowest and or best bidder in response to the city of Canton's 2025-26 Bachelor's Crisco ditch bid number 2026-002.
All right. The mayor will now entertain a motion for loan number 16, 17.
17.
Mayor, come back.
You may.
Can someone give us an update, because we're calling out information, but we have to remember people that are in the audience or, on Facebook don't know exactly what we're reading.
Okay, is, Mr. Cotton here?
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Scott, step back there.
Will you approach Mr. Cotton? Now, what is your question, I'll let you give me?
Just explain what that entails in amounts. Because when it's being read, it's just saying resolution, it's not giving an amount, it's not saying what we're doing. And who the bidder is, what the amount that was bid, so to be transparent and everybody on the same page.
I think at this, I'm sorry. go ahead.
That's it.
I think at this particular point, I think what, Mr. Cotton had, actually communicated that the, ditch be broken up into like 4 stages, 4 components, and that would give us a better price. I don't know at this particular point, if we did even entertain the bid at this point. But you can go ahead and explain what you explained to me about breaking it up.
Mayor, and board, Mr. Cotton, Mr. Gary and I, we worked on it together, and so we did break up the segments of Mr. Cotton's request. He did have 4 segments, one on Highway 43, one on Covington Drive in Sydney, one on Miller Street, and one on Dobson. And we received 2 responsive bids. We also did a secret bid on that. We got 2 responses from Bulldog, and the other response was from Southeastern Pipeline. The bid closed on Friday, that's why we kind of left it open to see if it was gonna be ready. I think they need to probably take it under advisement, because pursuant to the segments, if you look at the Bulldog bid, they received
They received a bid of $58,000 in response to area 4. Then if you also look at the Southeastern bid, they bid on 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I think you need to look at those bids and kind of take them and compare them, which one they're gonna do for Southeastern and Bulldog compared to the segments, and make sure, and I think the AM come out and speak to you too. Yeah, so I think probably would like to take them with their because it's a lot of details to it.
Did everyone, Mayor, did everyone understand what they were bidding on exactly? I know that there were some questions before with the online process and all that.
I think they did. What we did was get an amended bid specs. After Mr. Cotton gave me those segmented areas, we put those amended bid specs out. We put them online in central bidding, and then we gave them to you all to send to anybody that they had spoken with, because I believe some contractor came out to us, so I believe they all got it. That's not correct. I know they got them online,
Okay.
but they all got them.
So they didn't get them online, they talked to y'all?
They got them both. They got them
Okay.
online and.
Gotcha, okay. So it sounds like whoever, if someone wants to get it, they should understand what
They should, yes. Anybody have any more questions about that? Does that explain your issue? I don't know, I know you wanted it clarified, and I think those segments are important for, decisions.
I don't have it in my packet.
You know, I emailed that.
Oh.
Yeah, they came out Friday, and I emailed it to
Okay.
Mr. Cotton and, Mr. Garrett, and the clerk and the mayor, and I emailed it to you all over the weekend, because it closed on Friday at 4 o'clock, so it was late. That's why I figured it'd probably be, tabled.
Okay.
Alderman Wells?
Yes, Mr. Cotton, talked with somebody that had bidded prior to that. I don't know if that person get, that same information. Did you talk about, I can't think of the name of his company, Mr. Parker, that walked that area, which is, did he, was he notified to submit in that?
I don't know. What they did was, they wanted clarity on the sections that they were going to be bidding on.
Right.
And so when we gave them clarity on it, it was at their discretion, if they wanted to bid on one section or all 4 sections. And I think that was Bulldog, and also the, Fort Ice Construction had similar portions to that. What they wanted to know was how long the ditch was, but the ditch is broken up, it's over a 3-mile radius, pretty close to a 3-mile radius, depending on how you zigzag through the city of Canton. And so what they wanted to do was, if they took the whole ditch and decided to bid on the whole ditch, they wanted it as a whole, they didn't really want a section. That's when Bulldog Construction did all the sections.
Okay.
Bulldog did area 2.
Yeah, area 2.
They did, Bulldog did just area 2. Southeastern did all 4 sections.
Yeah.
What's the cost for all 4 sections?
It's, Bulldog is $58,000, and I think Southeastern's total is, all 4 sections. It's a couple $100,000 for all 4 sections, one big $58,000. It is
140.
140.
So what is that,
Oh, no, 140 for one, that's 140, okay, the segment 2 is $132,000. Segment 1 is $132,000. Yeah, no, segment 1 is $132,000, segment 2 is $132,000. Segment 3 is $140,000. Yeah, so that's their 4 segments, and Bulldog just being like 1 segment.
that's $400,000.
But it's needed though, if we got the money, we got to spend it.
Well, we don't have $400,000.
What pot we was using this one?
That's supposed to come that club league nation.
We spent 200,000+ out of that 250, so we probably got 290,000.
What about, the modernization?
Well, that's gonna be, we're gonna have to use some of that, not all of it, some of that on,
This project here?
this project at Johnson and other area.
About, what is the level in it?
If it's 400 or something total, can we use, Attorney Banks? Can you use modernization and that money that came from the state, from DFA?
I mean, it would depend, I think we could look at their bid and see exactly the language that they have in response to the bids and make sure it will fit in compliance. So I would think we just need to review the bids in detail.
Okay.
Mr. Gary, Mr.
See, we will be, like I said, if we in line and will we be in compliance with using it for the modernization?
Yeah.
For us to cover what we can.
What's
What's left?
Right.
Cause we need, whatever we got as far as ditching, we need to spend every dime that we got in modernization. Cause we wanna get our allotments back up, so I don't think we got a lot these last couple times.
Right.
Cause we hadn't been spending it, and we need to spend every dime we got as fast as we can.
And see, that money that came from the state, that 500,000 came from the state, that's being in question right now. Because, you know, we on that list that we haven't spent it.
That's my whole
And at
point.
this point, if we don't go ahead and spend it, that we have left, they may want to pull it back. So, that's being talked about, so we need to make sure, get those final numbers and go ahead and name somebody, so we get this project started and done. The money be already earmarked.
What time of year do we normally receive the modernization funds from the federal, not the state? When do we normally receive it?
July.
January, so we received some this past January. How much? I don't remember it, y'all. It was in our pay. It was
300 something.
we did receive that. Then we'll get it again in July.
Right.
So if we start spending that 300, by the time July, we can find another something else
Yes.
Yeah.
to throw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
That
We
much.
gotta keep spending.
Yeah.
As soon as we get it, we gotta find somewhere to spend it.
So you get it
Maybe
twice.
get it on the draft.
And so hopefully we get another appropriation from the state of Mississippi this year.
If we
If we
go
go
ahead
and
and
spend
spend
this
it.
up to 290,000, that's hanging out there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's why I say, we got some shovel-ready projects.
Yes.
Let's not wait. Let's go ahead and text the money to them.
So that gentleman that do, you know, we have the bonding papers and all that on this particular group, yeah?
That's what we gotta look at, that's all in their bid pack, they got
Okay.
their bonding, they got their, all the stuff for the state, should be all in their bid pack.
What about
So we
all
gotta review
the
of
way
these.
of debris and all that?
All the what?
Yes,
Yes, that's
Debris.
what they do.
Okay. Who takes care of that expense?
Debris removal?
This should be in
I think
the
it's
cost.
in there.
Okay.
Cost.
All right.
It's in their cost.
Yeah.
Debris for outside disposal, it's in their
Okay.
cost.
Okay.
But it's supposed to go to landfill. It's on the city ordinance.
All right. They need to be made aware of that.
I think we put a caveat in there.
Okay.
We did.
If I may, man. What's that? Pro Tem, I finished. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
So, we need to get a final number on what that total, pack for that gentleman that said you could do all areas.
Yeah.
And
I'm
get,
adding them up now right now. We're
okay,
scared.
and get to us, because we need to go ahead and act on this, because that has been a major, thorn in the city's side for a long time.
544,000 total.
500.
544,000 total.
So we got
We got
200,
300.
we got 300 in one place, we have to get another 200 and something from the other. So if we can use it, I would say,
Cause it may help our allotment in July.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
yes,
it could possibly,
Go above the July.
go a little higher.
I'm finished, man.
So, not one question.
Go ahead, Dr. White.
These individuals, that we have, will they be, requesting payment in pay apps? Or will it be just one-time payment of what they invoiced?
Probably gonna be broken up for you.
Probably broken up.
Yeah.
Okay. That'd be when they complete work.
Yeah,
They're probably
because we're not gonna pay it all.
Right.
They got probably section.
Do it in pay apps. So we do need, I guess, whenever we do get started with them, we will know that, we need to know their app, calendar, so that clerk will know.
Yeah.
That have all the first app is gonna be due in March or April. Then the second one would be due in May at this particular time, and then June. So then by the time we get the extra fees in June, we're looking at, okay, we may be able to, instead of pulling from somewhere else for the extra 200,000, use what we get in July to cover it,
Yeah, we could,
instead of pulling from somewhere else.
yeah.
By that time, we've been spreading it out, app by app by app, so that when we get the second load in, there it is.
We need to spend these money.
Yes.
If we start to get, kind of pulled by the coattail for knots, then
Right.
it's
Yeah,
crazy of us.
that's a bad problem to have.
It's a bad problem.
Yeah, you got money you won't spend.
Yeah, that don't sound.
That's not good. So Mr. Cotton and Mr. Gary will follow this process. Okay. Just wanna make sure somebody's following it, that they're doing what they're gonna say they're gonna do.
Can we add that to, old business?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think y'all have
Yeah,
a special meeting
so
on
this-
its own to like.
Things like this should be on hold.
Yeah.
It's just time sensitive and they got money and
Put
taxes.
it on for the work session.
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
just, go get
Yeah, all these.
All right, anything else for Mr. Cotton, Mr. Garrett, and Attorney Duncan? So are we gonna entertain a motion regarding on number 17?
I motion to,
We ask that you all would take it, accept it, it's on the advisement.
Take it under advisement. Make a motion to take this under, the bids on advisement.
Yes.
Is that your motion, Alderman Brown?
Yes, sir.
I second.
Is the motion properly second, what is your vote?
Brown eye.
Down there.
White eye.
Hannah,
Yeah.
Well,
Vote is unanimous, motion.
Down
Oh, motion, vote is unanimous, therefore motion carried. Roman number 18.
Approval to pay attorney, Kimberly Banks, $3,330 for supplemental attorney services heard between December 3rd, 2025 and February 11th, 2026.
The mayor will entertain a motion regarding Roman number 18.
I so move.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been motion and properly second, what is your vote regarding Roman number 18?
Down there.
Brown eye.
Wells, aye.
Down there.
Hannah,
White eye.
Is that everyone?
Unanimous.
The vote is unanimous, therefore motion carries. Roman number 19.
Consideration of acceptance via resolution and or order of the U.S. Department of HUD grant for Joe Pritchard home redevelopment project in the amount of $2,200,000.
I think Mr. Beasley has already spoke to this.
So
The mayor will entertain a motion regarding Roman number 19.
So moved.
Second.
It's been motion and properly second, what is your vote regarding Roman number 19?
Down there.
We are now at the consent.
Down there.
You gotta get this. Oh, I didn't use it. I'm sorry, all the votes in it?
It's
Yeah,
unanimous.
the vote is unanimous, that's the motion carried. We're now down at,
Go back to,
I'm sorry,
the resolution for ENT, and although we read Mr. Jones, still got to vote.
Yeah, to
okay.
put it in the minutes. May I motion that we approve the, resolution for, application 25-008, special call meeting on March 2026, here at Somerville.
Second.
It's been motion and properly second, what is your vote?
Brown eye.
Down there.
Wells,
Down there.
White eye.
All right. Vote is unanimous. Did, Ms. Allen vote?
Yes, she did.
Okay. Vote is unanimous, therefore motion carries. We're now,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You got some with
John's
these.
letter.
No,
You got some with these tonight now.
yeah, go on, get it.
I'm with you on that one.
All right, we're now at the consent agenda.
Oh, man, motion to, accept, Mr. Young's letter and enter it into our minutes.
That's your motion?
Yes, sir.
Second.
The motion is properly second, what is your vote?
Down there.
Wells,
Down there.
White eye.
The vote is unanimous, therefore motion carries. Are we at the consent agenda yet?
Yes.
All right. Are we gonna individualize it?
motion to approve the consent agenda.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Have unwritten this as well.
Is there a second?
That was second, Alderman Down.
Down, second. What's your ready, Dr. White?
I would just like for the, amnesty program to please be circulated and communicated through all platforms, which includes placing a flyer on Facebook, in the newspaper, on the radio station, even on the news now, with 5 o'clock. Yep.
Brown, would you like to-
Early 6 in the morning,
Yeah.
5, 6, 10, and 12. What's
Right.
up, for?
Chief Brown,
Yes, sir.
would you like to speak to that?
Just as long as we communicate it, overly communicate. what's happening with this, so that we can have a good turnout.
Madam Board, it will be communicated through the newspaper, and Facebook.
All media
All
outlets.
media. Yes, sir. All media.
All media outlets.
Radio station, newspaper.
All the women, all the men, but y'all can carry that also.
So you tell the board what would exist with this particular amnesty process?
Yes, sir. And we can tell, old fines, contempt of court, tickets, speeding tickets, insurance tickets, all that.
And what will be achieved according to the amnesty process?
Well, it would clear up your record if you got something out there. It would clear up the personal record, and also it would bring money that's owed to the city back to the court service area, and it'll help fund the police department and court service.
Okay, what are we waiving?
Excuse me.
So if they decide to come to this, what are we waiving so that they don't think they're coming?
Surprise.
Surprise. Okay.
You know, if you don't pay your contempt of court, it'd be waiving the turnkey fee that they have to pay when they go to jail.
Okay.
The turnkey fee, which is $25.
I think we really need to, like, communicate. If you come to, what is amnesty? You know, some people may not even know what does this mean, being that if you come pay your fines, this is what we are laying down so that we can make sure that we are having a better, I guess, relationship in trying to level the playing field and get everybody back in good graces with the city.
Well, it'll help you get in good graces.
Yeah.
With your fines and fees that you owe to the city.
Yeah, so I think we need to really, word it so that they'll know that, hey, if
Well, the interview will take care of all of that. Once the news do the interview, I understand what
Okay,
you're saying,
good.
but the interview will take care of all that once we do the interview with the news station.
Okay, cool.
Y'all can be on the news time, like, South East Dallas on the news. You finna be on the news.
Yeah, I think that.
American on the news.
You can be on the news.
I ain't going there.
Any other questions for Chief Brown? I want to take this opportunity to thank you for being the conductor of this. Thank you so much. And let's continue and keep pushing to clean up the city so that we can let them know that we are better than what they say we are. Thank you so much, Chief. Thank you so much.
Choir boy Alfie. Choir boy Alfie.
All right, is there a motion regarding the consent agenda?
You got much waiting on votes?
Waiting on votes? It's been motion and properly second. What is your vote regarding the consent agenda?
Brown,
Down there.
Yeah.
Down there.
Why did I?
12 line.
Is that everyone? The vote is unanimous. The motion is not. The vote is unanimous. That motion.
For the kids being bad.
Oh, he's trying to go home. All right. The vote is unanimous. Therefore, motion carries. All right. Give a motion to go into executive session. Oh. Okay. Give me a motion to go into executive session. Second. It's been motion and properly second. What is your vote regarding this matter?
I vote Dodo might take his sweater off.
Yeah.
The Alpinite sweater. The Alpinite.
Wait on folks.
Down there.
I'm a tiger.
Wait on you, Dr.
Okay, now.
All in favor?
Okay, now.
I'm sorry. Vote is unanimous. Therefore, motion carries. We're now in executive session.
Wait a minute.
All right.